So formerly known as the Scion FRS, we have the brand new for 2017 Toyota 86. And we have a few changes really for 2017. You have a new front fascia, you have new LED taillights, LED headlights, some fabric differences, you have a little bump in horsepower and torque, and a little less fuel economy. So what's that give you? That gives you a car that, is still one with the road. I mean, we're talking a car that only weighs about 2,700 pounds. And when you have 200 horsepower or 205 horsepower with the manual transmission and, low weight, that means you can sling this car into a turn, downshift it, and then coming out of the turn, you just have this rush of power and the feeling of sticking to the road around all those turns. And there's not too many cars in this category or price range that are really going to give you that feeling that you're going to get out of this Boxer engine from Subaru. So enjoy this review of the 2017 Toyota 86. So 0 to 60 time is about 6.2 seconds for the manual compared to last year's manual transmission of 6.4 seconds. But since you or I are not a race car driver or the Stig, we would probably be lucky to hit 0 to 60 in about 6.5 seconds. But nevertheless, the 2017 86 automatic sticks with this 200 horsepower engine from last year, whereas the manual gets this red, freer flowing intake and exhaust with bigger pistons and crankshaft bearings, giving you a 5 horsepower and 5 pounds of torque more, for a total of 205 horsepower on 156 foot-pounds of torque. Now add that to a shorter final drive ratio, and the end result is a lot of work for little gain. But extra added fun to this car is a good thing, right? Now to complete your look on the outside, you have these really nice LED headlights and these LED taillights. You have a 17-inch wheel that's a 10-spoke design, and you have this new bumper cover with a little bit more aggressive look to it, I think. Now as you make your way to the interior of the 86, I found it to be pretty much the same interior as it was in 2016. You have your tachometer staring straight at you in a white-faced color, which I believe is a little dated. I think that could be reworked somewhere along the way. You have pretty much the same head unit and the same climate control, which I believe is a little low rent. I would rather see them use the push button start with the release series climate control. Now this year you have this nice gray fabric with this white contrast stitching, whereas last year you had the suede seat with the red contrast stitching. As you make your way to the back seat, there's actually plenty of room to sit. However, if you have feet, you're out of luck, because there's no room. And you actually have a spare tire, which I think if you were an enthusiast, you might actually prefer the compressor so you can save the weight. So, in my humble and not so valid opinion, where do I see this car going in the future? If you're Subaru, you probably don't want it to have too much more power, because then you're competing with the WRX. I know this: if I were a bean counter, I don't think I would like the idea of 2 different engines and 2 different transmissions. I think that sticking with one manual transmission powertrain makes all the difference in the world there. After all, this is an enthusiast car. So stay tuned to the next segment where I cover the BRZ. And as always, thanks for watching.